I think though that it's by cultural expectation. You're not expected to be a man until you're around 17 or 18 in American culture.
In the United States?
You don't think you don't?
Bull.
In my family, it's expected. That's expected.
Okay, I'm talking culturally in the United States. When is a boy expected to become a man in the United States?
20 or 21.
That's what you think. What do y'all think?
I think it's more like 25.
25. What do you think? I've got 3 other boys in this room. When do you think boys are expected to become men in the United States?
When they move out.
When they move out?
Yeah.
So 18.
You think 18?
I mean, that's the law, so.
We've had a lot of
expected.
discussions in my house recently. I have an almost 18-year-old, and not a boy, but we've had a lot of discussions about what makes you different on May 9th when you go to bed at 17 and wake up May 10th and you're 18. Not a flipping thing. I mean, the law, yeah, you could be arrested, I guess, at that point. Not go to juvie, but, I mean, she's a good kid. That makes it sound like I'm, like, afraid she's going to go to jail or something. I think there is something to be said here, though, and if you look, where did he come of age? Where did he grow up? Where was he treated like a man? Yeah.
Of course, he was kind of treated like a man by his grandmother bringing him to the trip in the first place.
Well, what was the first thing that we saw in the book of him being treated like a man instead of a boy?
Finding his way to his grandma's house.
Finding his way to his grandmother's house.
I felt like that was a complete. To me, though, that was the worst part of the story, because they almost like just disconnected that from the rest of the story from like a literary perspective.
From a literary perspective, yes, but I think it was the beginning of the coming of age.
I understand why it was there. That didn't mean it wasn't any less boring. That was what made the book very hard to get into for me, because I kept expecting that to somehow be a part of the story, and it never was.
Okay, so there's one other big theme that I think that we've seen in the book that nobody's said so far, that we've talked about before. What's another big theme or idea of this book? Mysticism. What I want to know is, Jordan, which of these themes, so we've named coming of age, mystery kind of, and mysticism, which of those themes does your character fit most heavily in?
In mysticism, what was the other two you said?
Mysticism, kind of mystery, but I think that's really more, it falls in the mysticism and coming of age.
Probably more than mysticism.
How so?
Well, she has more of a connection to people from that culture. I mean, she's not a coming of age character, because she's in her culture. She's already kind of
Arrived.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else had character connector? Somebody else had to have character connector, no? Okay. Who had figurative figure then? 3 of y'all had figurative figure, and only 1 had character connector. That's weird. Okay. What'd you find?
Hyperbole.
Where?
He was page 356.
Okay, that's fine. Help me. I shouldn't have said where.
That's
I'm sorry.
numbers, though.
My bad. What is your example?
He was purple with rage.
It was purple with rage. Sometimes I'm probably purple with rage. Kids can make me all sorts of colors in rage. You think I'm joking? You wait. Have you met any of my kids? Do you know any of my kids?
Yeah.
Which one?
Gavin.
Oh yeah, that one sure can do it.
He's in my biology class.
Does he act like a know-it-all in there? I wouldn't ask him.
I wouldn't call it know-it-all. He's just smart.
He's smart. He's a smart aleck. Is what he is. No, he's a good kid. He's a good kid, but he and James could talk to a tree. Fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I'm not most people tell me I'm not a very talkative person.
Well, you could debate with a tree.
Yes, I could debate.
There you go.
I love debate and discussion, but like just small talk. I'll just sit there and listen to you.
No. Gavin wants to talk about politics.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I want to tell you something that I think is interesting. and that.
Regardless of whether the other person thinks it's
Yes,
interesting or not, yes. Okay, so the hyperbole, what'd you get, Jonathan?
I got an idiom.
Where? Not where, what?
When I was talking to the grandma, he was talking about the beasts and what they can do, and he was talking how they can learn, have good memory and talking, and she responded, she said, now you're going bowling.
Okay, how do you think, okay, this book was translated into English. So how do you think idioms worked from that? Because, okay, let me back up. What is an idiom? And these two can't answer. What is an idiom? That leaves 5 of you. What's an idiom?
An expression whose meaning does not.
Oh, dear word in heaven's above.
It is understood by people of similar culture.
I'm going to throw something at you. The problem is you probably catch it. Golly, bum. Okay, it's basically something that you only understand if you're in that culture, but this was written from a different culture's perspective. So how in the world do you think idioms translated over?
We changed.
Well, I mean, it says there's another person who spent a lot of time writing this book in English. So
Okay, that's the catch. You have a bilingual person writing this book.
Yes.
So she understands idioms in both cultures.
Mhm.
So, and obviously pulling your leg was spoken by the American in the story. So, okay, good, Hannah.
I had it last week. I had it in
Are there?
I have a mild figure last week. I had it in
Okay, okay.
Are there Spanish idioms in the book that just look completely up here?
Probably. I'll be surprised if there weren't. Okay, discussion directors. Who are my discussion directors? Oh, Josh loves it. He loves when he gets to talk. He's taking our class again next year. His mom is trying to punish him.
I
Isn't she?
can't wait for the debate class next year.
I know. Josh is going to be in there. He's going to lead it. He's rolling his eyes at me. Oh my gosh. Him and Ben are going to lead it, and Hannah. That's
Is
what we're
Gavin
doing.
going to be in the debate
Yes,
class?
Gavin. We'll talk about that later. Okay. What? Tell me your best one.
I don't know that I have a best one.
Well, your favorite one.
What are some attributes of the beast?
What are some attributes of the beast? Can I morph that question just a little bit? What was your initial thought about the beast and how did that change? I'm going to ask you to answer that question. What were your initial thoughts about the beast and how, or did that change, and if so, how?
Well, at first I thought it was like they pretty much like ruled the whole area.
Okay.
But at the end, you kind of figured out that the Indians kind of knew a little bit about them, how they worked.
Okay. Okay. Positive or negative feelings, beginning and.
Mostly positive.
Positive. I'm talking about the beast. You were positive about the beast at the beginning when they were killing everybody?
Not the beginning, but the end.
At the end. Gotcha. Okay, who else? What do y'all think? The beast.
So I didn't think so much about the beast as I thought, who are these idiots going to find the thing that knocks people out with toxic gas without oxygen tanks and gas masks?
Okay. Okay. Were you surprised that the beast were so intricately connected to the people of the mist?
No, because that kind of got telegraphed to me. Because the beast showed up when the people of the mist left, and I was like, they're going to be connected somehow.
Okay. Anybody else?
And like I said, also, it wasn't killing the Indian. They like made a point over and over again that it wasn't killing the Indians, so I knew it was going to be somehow connected to them. But like I said, my main problem with the whole book is except for two stupid mistakes, the bad guys, except for two stupid, unbelievable mistakes, the bad guys would have won / they would have had pictures of the beast.
True.
Because if they had, first of all, if they're going to hunt something, why did they not have motion sensors for their cameras? And second, why did they not have gas masks?
I'm turning around, James. It's a book, James.
Yes, but I have to critique it.
Yes, you should. Are you writing your critique on this book?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've already written it, but I'm changing it.
Okay. Okay, anybody else thoughts on the Beast? My quiet girls? You can look down, you can look at each other. I'm still gonna sit here and look at you. You have no thoughts on the Beast. It's called City of Beasts. City of the Beasts. Thought they were warm and cuddly. I mean, come on, give me something, y'all. Sarah looks like she's almost there. Hannah does not look like she's even budging. Come on, come on.
So,
Did your thoughts on the Beast change? How so?
Well, at first it sounded more like a monster, but then it kind of changed into, like, since they were connected to the Indians, you know, it's just peaceful kind of in the end.
Okay. Nothing, Hannah? You're killing me, Smalls. Have you ever seen that movie?
No, but I've heard the phrase. I have no idea what it was from though. What's it from?
Sandlot. It has bad language, by the way.
Still on.
It is really funny. It has bad language.
I guess for me, they were just kind of disappointed.
They were disappointing. What was disappointing about them?
Well, I knew they were connected to the Indians. I mean, that's kind of, to me, it was obvious. But they were just, I mean, how they described them, they just they weren't very.
They're more like sloths and like monsters or something.
Yeah,
What
they
you would
weren't-
expect.
they
So you
didn't
wanted a better
seem-
description.
They didn't seem like protectors. They seemed rather like, I don't know. They were
Okay.
just disappointing to me.
Who's my other discussion director? Okay. What'd you give me one?
Why wasn't Captain Ernesto worried about the cameras that Timothy Bruce and Kate were recording with when you betrayed them? That's when the shooting started.
Why wasn't he?
Didn't he take out the cameras though and try to destroy the
That was
Hey.
later though.
It was later. So why do you think he wasn't worried about it?
He was either too busy to notice or figured it wouldn't matter because he would just finish them off and destroy the evidence.
Were you surprised at who was trying to deliver the tainted?
No,
The-
because
Were you surprised by that?
because
that
it was
piece at all?
because in the laziest move of mystery writing of all, the person who does nothing suspicious is always the most suspicious person.
The doctor.
No, just the person who does nothing suspicious is always the most suspicious person.
Okay.
Right from the beginning, I knew it was not going to be Karakawa, it was not going to be Professor LeBlanc, and it wasn't going to be his grandmother.
Professor LeBlanc's just a moron.
Except he saves them at the end.
He does, but he's
So-
still an idiot. I just want to.
But that's why you knew it wasn't him, and you knew it wasn't Karakawa because Karakawa was too suspicious, and so that left only one person.
Okay, what were your thoughts overall about the book? Good, bad?
It's alright.
I give it a 4 out of 10.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Did anybody ever hear like it at all?
I thought it was.
I don't think it was bad.
I didn't think it was bad.
I thought, well, the thing is, I've read better books that have the magical setting. Like I prefer Chronicles of Narnia to this, and I've read much better mysteries.
Okay.
It's just it tries to play both, and it kind of fails at both. For
Okay,
me.
what kind of literature do we do in this class?
World?
World. Okay.
But isn't Chronicles of Narnia from World?
No, that falls under British. British is all by itself.
They think they're special, don't they?
Yeah, they do think they're special. They do. British is all by itself. And so the purpose of the
Yeah.
here's the thing. I read about 4 or 5 books from South America,
Yep.
and this was about the only one that could be read in class.
All right.
So, I mean, there were a couple others, and there was one that was, I thought, I kind of enjoyed it, but it was so hard to read. You know those books that
Yeah,
takes you an hour to read 10
it
pages?
Yeah, it didn't have any of the.
And I thought, if I want to pull my eyeballs out over this book, my students would maybe pull my eyeballs out over having to read this book. So, okay, well, you're going to start Night this week. It is a super short book, and it is a really, really, really good read. But you're going to read half of it. I think I have down, maybe we need to explain that. I have down pages 3 to 65. I think I'm supposed to explain to you where that is. Okay, you're supposed to do half the book. So find wherever your half is and read that first half. My half was on page 65. It did not have chapters in it or anything like that. I will try, if somebody wants to text me tonight, I'll try to send out an email telling you like where mine ends, like what paragraph. I can try to do that. I don't know why I didn't bring that today. So, but that's what you're going to have for next week. Let me give you your lit jobs for that. Character connector for next week are Hannah and Josh. Discussion director is Jordan. Figure to figure is James. And annotator is Jonathan, Ben, and Sarah. I did it again. Why do I have 3 and then 1 and 1?
Because this doesn't have chapters, how do you want us to do annotator? Because normally these you just annotate a chapter.
Oh, good grief, Jonathan. It became complicated. How about we just not do annotator then? Hold on, I'll move you all around then. Jonathan, what did you have last time?
Figure to figure.
Okay, so do discussion director. Ben, what did you have last time?
Figure to figure.
Okay, you do character connector. Sarah, what did you have?
Discussion.
Your figure to figure. And each week you're an annotator. I need those people who were annotator just now, though. I need your books to look at and your annotation. Was it just you, Hannah?